Hi, I'm Becky, my channel's What Beck Sews. Welcome back if you're a subscriber and welcome if you're new. Today's a Friday Sews where I'm going to talk about what I've been up to with you. So just a reminder, Friday Sews is a hashtag that was started by today in Jen's sewing room, and there are lots of vloggers posting under this hashtag. So if you do like this format of a chit-chatty update, what we've been up to, just type in hashtag Friday Sews and you will find an array of vloggers underneath that particular hashtag. I found a couple of new ones recently that I'm really enjoying just from searching the hashtag. So just putting it out there if you want to find some more vloggers. Although I don't know about you guys, but I find it incredibly difficult to keep up with the amount of vloggers that are out there at the moment. There's so many fabulous vloggers that are vlogging about sewing and their journeys and what they've been up to and all of that jazz. So what have I been up to this week? Let's get into it. It's been a busy week for me. Now, as you are aware, at the moment, throughout the month of May, I have been getting my holiday wardrobe ready. And each week I have been sewing something up. And at the beginning of the month, I did list some plans. I will link that vlog down below if you want to go over and check it out. Now, I feel like I've gone awry from those plans, if I'm perfectly honest with you. There's a few bits that I have stuck true to. There's a particular make that I can't get done because I'm waiting for some fabric, more on that a bit later. But there's two particular makes that I wanted to get sewn up that I haven't managed to do. However, I have now been adding a few bits into the list that I needed to get done. I talked last week about my partner's shirt. Now, this is a shirt that I have had some fabric printed, particularly for his friend's birthday, which is the whole reason we're going away. It's for his birthday party, and I used the McCall's M6044 pattern. Now, I took this to the sewing social that I run on Saturday to actually get sewn up. Now, I didn't share with you the fabric last week, so I'm going to share the fabric today. This is the fabric. So it's just a plain white cotton, and then I've had a collage of his friend's face literally printed all over it. And when I was cutting this out, I was very careful with the cutting because it is white, because of the amount of sort of pictures, and I don't know if you can see the colours within those pictures. I deliberately cut the bands white so I didn't have to do any pattern matching. I did the same with the collar to make sure that remained white, and then used the pattern on the arms on both sides so it goes down. So it's enabled me to be a bit more clever with my pattern placement of the actual shirt. And then you've got the full sort of mirrored collage on the back with the stripe, but then you go down and then you've literally got a few more tops of his head at the bottom, but there was nothing I could do about that particular piece. I preferred it down the bottom rather than on the shoulder line. So I have pretty much got this done. I did most of it in the sewing social on Saturday, including all the hemming. All I've got to do is put some buttons and the buttonholes on. I've been struggling with what buttons I was going to use for this. I've had all of my Jazz and Wild buttons out. A lot of them are more feminine than they would suit this particular shirt, so I'm not going to be using any of them. I actually don't know whether some wooden buttons would go really well. I need to make a decision today because I'll have to order them if that's what I'm going to do, and I will have to go to Amazon for those buttons because I need them here this weekend. So yeah, I'm really pleased with this. Now, for a shirt that he's only going to wear twice, it's incredibly well made and it is incredibly expensive, but it's his choice. He's paid for the fabric for it. I am so impressed with my sewing on this though. I think my sewing's like really, really good, considering I forgot to take the pattern instructions with me as well on Saturday. I'm really impressed with how this has come out. Now, there is a sew along over on YouTube, and there was a bit that I needed a refresher on, so I went off and I found that bit just to remind myself how to do it. But essentially, if you've ever made the Tilly and the Buttons Lyra dress, which is a really good beginner-friendly pattern, the collar is constructed exactly the same and the button band is constructed exactly the same. So it's one that even if you don't like the pattern instructions from McCall's because they're not brilliant, you could theoretically use your experience of sewing up Lyra to help you and the instructions from there. The first time I made this particular shirt for him last year, I did that. Now, I would recommend making a toile of this because Last year I made this up for my partner. Well, it wasn't even last year, it was the year before I made this shirt for my partner. And it's a little bit too big. I'll pop the photo in of him in it previously, the one I made before. And you can see it's a little bit too big. Now his measurements put him in a size large on the pattern. But what I've ended up doing is retwiling the pattern on him. I did it in just some scrap fabric that I've got. And all I did to twirl it up, because I know twirling's a pain and it can take a while to do, is I literally cut the front bodice, the back bodice and the 2 button bands. And when I did that, I just basted it all in place. So it took me about half an hour, fitted it to him in a medium this time round. And it worked really well. And then I've sewn it up with 3/8 of an inch seam allowance. I can't even remember what the pattern seam allowance is. I think it might actually be 3/8 of an inch. But if it's not, that's what I've sewn it as, because that gives him the perfect fit. Now, I haven't got a picture of him wearing this yet because I haven't got the button bands on. But I'm so pleased with this particular shirt. And I did put a little label in it that's quite sweary. Hopefully you can read that. I got this from, I want to say Little Rosy Cheeks, when I went to the Stitch Festival. So yeah, that is the shirt that I've made. Hopefully you like it. The next thing I want to talk about that I got made up was another Tabitha T-shirt hack. The Tabitha T-shirt is something that I cut out a couple of weeks ago, and I cut out 3 different versions when I was having a big cutting session. I shared 2 of them last week. One of them was a T-shirt that I shared last week, and one of them was a dress that I shared. This is another dress, but this is another kind of hack of the Tabitha T-shirt pattern. So I have taken the Tabitha T-shirt top from the original pattern. I have used the guidelines from the book. So the Tabitha T-shirt is from the Tilly and the Buttons Make It Simple book. And there is instructions in there of how to turn this into a dress. I've taken the instructions from how to turn this into a dress, and I've done exactly the same as to what I did when I shared last week's red dress. I've put an elastic waist in there instead of a drawstring and the buttonholes, but I have put in a wider elastic waist in there because this is a maxi, so I needed a little bit more structure in it to hold it up. What I will say about this is all I did was add a little bit extra on the length to the instructions, where there's kind of like a straight bit so you can join it before you curve the skirt out. When you look at the instructions, that comment will make sense to you. And all I've done is added an extra inch onto that to make sure that I can fit the elastic that I wanted in there. I have then made this into a maxi, so I have added this ruffle, this gathered bit onto the end. Now I had something like 4 meters of this fabric. This fabric is from Legend Textiles. It's a t-shirt in weight, very, very lightweight, in this gorgeous zebra print. I got this last year. I don't think it will still be in stock, and it's got these gorgeous colours of blue and purple just sort of blended in, just gives it a different look. I did put this in my stash with the intention of bringing it out for the warmer weather, although when I look out the window today, the weather looks like it's going to rain again. Here in the UK, all it does is rain. I'm really pleased with how quick this came together. I actually started sewing this on Sunday evening after I'd had a day wandering around Castlington Water. It was really, really enjoyable to sew this up because it's quite a quick, simple make, and I literally got it finished from start to finish in that evening. I've added in a little label here that just says I sew, and then underneath it says for me. I don't really think there's a lot else to say about this. I know that my partner, when I tried it on the Monday in the living room, and I was sort of wandering around talking to him about it, because I do need to just straighten the bottom of it off. He said how nice he thought it was. And what I'll probably do actually, because the Tabitha T-shirt pattern's a great basic, it's a great starting point. Now I like being cinched in at the waist, but you could quite easily turn this into sort of like a straight shift T-shirt dress as well. There's so many possibilities with a T-shirt pattern on how to hack it, make it work for you. You could lower the neckline on it. You could do all sorts of things just from this one particular pattern. Now I've done 3 different looks, which I'll pop on the screen now. I do think they're all slightly different, and the fabric weights have all been slightly different as well. So this particular white one that I've got is a very lightweight viscose jersey. The viscose jersey that I got from First Fabrics that I made the T-shirt from, that's lightweight. very soft but slightly different to the weight of the dress t-shirt in jersey. And then the red viscose jersey is definitely a really thick quality viscose jersey. So they all give slightly different looks as a result. So I highly recommend this pattern from this book. I actually really recommend this book. And suggest giving a t-shirt pattern a go and having a play with it, because you can get all sorts of different looks and they are very beginner friendly. So that is my next make. Hopefully I've popped some footage in for you to see. None of these are in order, by the way, but I'm going to share with you a t-shirt that I made this week. Yes, I know, another t-shirt. I'm going on holiday, guys. You know, I know it's raining and miserable here in the UK, if any of you are here, but I'm making t-shirts. This is the Naya tee by Tammy Handmade. Just look at this fabric. Isn't it fantastic? This fabric came from the lovely Claire, who is Loves Red Sews here on YouTube and over on Instagram. Now, Claire has amazing fabric taste. If you don't subscribe to her, pop over and check her channel out, because she's always wearing quite vibrant things. She's just another kindred spirit of mine when it comes to fabric. She bought to the Sewing Social a couple of pieces of swaps fabric. Now, I must admit, 2 of them she just pretty much handed straight to me and Adele, and one of them I wanted, but I know that it is more my sewing besties kind of fabric than it was mine, so I settled for this one. But I love this one. Animal print and cobalt blue. I mean, what more's to ask for? And I have shamelessly copied Claire as well, because I know that she has made a Naya tee, but there was only a small piece. And because I've done so much in the way of Tabitha T-shirts, I thought that this would be the perfect t-shirt. So I'll pop some sort of footage of me in here, in this for you, so you can see what this looks like. But I'm actually really pleased with this. It was a lovely sew. Because it's jersey, it's so much easier to sew than viscose jersey, and it gives you a really nice hem, which is again so much easier to do than viscose. But it's only literally got 3 pattern pieces, guys. You've got the front and back piece, which is the same piece, this sort of lovely boat neck style neckline, and that you've got 1 pattern piece for that, and then you've got these 2 cuffs on the end. So the only hemming you are doing to this is the bottom. And to be fair, if you're being really lazy, this particular t-shirt pattern doesn't even require hemming on the bottom. You can just leave it. If you're going to tuck it in, nobody's going to see it. So yeah, highly recommend this. I did pop a label in it. I popped a You Do You label in it, and I am so pleased with this. This is definitely going to be a staple in my wardrobe. Makes 4 and 5. The Esti set by Tilly and the Buttons. So I'll pop a picture in here of the pattern. It is a coord set that came out this time last year. It's quite funny because I look back at my vlog that I did when I made my original one, where the fit is atrocious. I cringe. I'd just been hypnotized. You could tell I was slightly out of it. But yeah, it's an awful fit, and I look at it and go, Becky, why did you ever think that that was worth even showing to the world? But you can see, I'm going to pop a picture in here. This is the picture of the one that I made, and you can see where the gape is at the front. So I have made some serious changes, and these changes have stemmed from a vlog that I watched from the lovely Angela from Devon Thread Tales. Now, I know you guys have heard me talk about my changes that I make with grading the top part of my body on Tilly patterns, but to be honest with you, they all stemmed from that particular vlog on the fit of the Esti. So I'll link Angela's channel down below so you can go over and check it out. I'm going to tell you what I did, but she will explain how she did her fit changes. So I have taken the Esti pattern, here it is in this gorgeous black linen viscose that I got from Rainbow Fabrics a couple of weeks ago. Yes, I know I've done the overlocking thread in white, but I love that look. I have basically cut a size 4 along the top. I have then graded out to a size 5 on the underarm, and then I have taken the rest of this and I've graded out to a size 6 across the waist and the hip, and that fits me perfectly. I will pop in some footage when I actually finish showing you the whole thing. So I use white overlocker. I don't know why, but I think on black it looks extremely neat, and you can't see it on the outside of the garment when you're actually wearing it. So it's really something for personal preference. I have popped a label in the top here, which is one of my favourite little Rosy Cheeks labels, which just says, be strong, be happy, and be you. I've put the same label in my shorts. I have done a stitch in the ditch on the facing because I really don't like it when a facing moves. So a stitch in the ditch here to make sure that it stays in place. And I've put a little bit, and I do it with all of them. So there is interfacing on the other side of this facing, but I've also popped a little bit of Wonder Web in here, so it just helps keep that facing in place. And I've done that on the front, and it just sits lovely and flat and perfect. So I've done the longer version, and I have lengthened it by a couple of inches as well, but you'll see when it's on that it's still not that long. I've made the shorts to match with it. Now you can see this isn't noticeable when it's on, but when I hold it up, you'll see the white overlocking thread on the back of the back legs, because obviously you have a bottom that goes in here, so it creates a little bit and just lifts that up, but flat it looks awful. So yeah, I have got the shorts, which is very simple pair of shorts, quite nice and loose fitting. I probably could have gone down to a size 6 in the shorts, but I like the fact that it's loose fitting and you can cut the waist elastic accordingly to get you to fit okay. And then I've popped the patch pockets on the back. You can still see some of my chalk marks on there, sorry guys. But it's a really straightforward make. It does lack inseam pockets, and it's really strange not to put your hands in pockets. But this whole make took me a couple of hours. I played with the fit, so it probably took me longer than it needed to, because I was trying it on throughout making it up. Because it was viscose linen, it was also really nice to get sewn up. So I have popped, as I said, I've popped this label in as well, and I feel like I've got a lovely matching cord, so I'll pop a picture in there. I got so excited by that. I have even cut a second one. I'll grab that and show you now so you can have a look and see what that one is going to look like this coming week. The Esti set that I got cut out to complement my black one is this one here. So this was a fabric that I got from Wathamstow Market. It's a gorgeous viscose fabric. It's black, so I think even though it's got all these bright colours on, it will interchange quite well. So I could wear the linen top, black linen top with these shorts. I could wear the strappy top with black linen shorts, or I could wear them both as like faux jumpsuit kind of coord sets. So I'm really, really pleased with that. I think that that's gorgeous, and I'm going to try and get that made up over tonight and tomorrow. I filmed this on Thursday, guys, so if I can get this made up over the next couple of nights, that would be great, because this weekend I would like to concentrate on the last couple of tricky makes. So where do we start with that? Okay, so the bell dress. Let's talk about the bell dress. The bell dress is a dress that I have been envisioning for a while. It's in a Lady McElroy fabric called On the Horizon. And I discussed with you last week that when I got it out to start making it, I made an error in how I had cut it. I had basically cut the directional print on the wrong direction, and yeah, it was just not salvageable. I didn't have any remnants left. So I made an order with Lady McElroy to get a metre of it delivered. Now, I didn't just make an order for that. I did order lots of other stuff. I spent quite a significant amount of money with them. And I've had to chase them a week and a half later to find out when my order is going to be dispatched. And they didn't even bother responding to my email. They just literally sent me a dispatch notice yesterday afternoon. And I think that's incredibly rude, and I'm really not particularly happy about the service, especially with the amount of money that I have spent with them. But I want this fabric, I want this dress. I'm so hoping that it will arrive this weekend. Now, the dispatch notice came out yesterday. If it does arrive, I don't expect it will arrive until Saturday. And if I'm particularly unlucky, it will be Monday that it arrives instead. I am off Monday and Tuesday. I don't actually fly till Wednesday. I don't leave home until Tuesday evening. We're going to stay in a hotel for the night Tuesday evening. So if I look at it on face value, all in all, I probably will have time to get it sewn up if it does come Monday. I've just got a lot of appointments and a lot of things running around that I'm doing between Monday and Tuesday, so it will be frustrating if I have to do that. But the bell dress is there. That is one of the complicated dresses I want to make. It's not particularly complicated, but it is more involved, does take a bit more time. The other dress that I really want to get made up, I talked about doing the Calvin wrap dress by True Bias and the Laura dress by True Bias. Now, I'm not going to have time to make both of them. They're both a bit more of an involved make, and I've never made either of them before, so they will take me a little bit longer. So I think that this weekend, my concentration will be on the Laura dress, which I know is more involved than the Calvin wrap dress, but I just really like the shape of the Laura dress, the strappy version. Although I am considering the ones with the arms, because it's going to be sort of 24, 25 degrees. It'd be one I'd wear of an evening. And I think it'll look fantastic going out for a meal with Scott. So, yeah, I think that is going to be my concentration point. So plans for this coming week: bell dress, that Esti set, and the Laura dress. Now, that's it from me, because I have got enough to get on with to finalise my holiday plans. I know that you've seen quite a bit from me this week, but I am literally ploughing every moment I possibly can into getting things made up for my holiday. I would like to, if I can, get the opportunity to film a vlog just showcasing the final pieces that I've made for my holiday. So you've got that to open, so you've got that to see whilst I'm away, but we shall see. There won't be a Friday Sews, but there is a special video coming next Friday from me. I'm quite excited for what that video is going to be. I'm filming it this weekend. I can't wait for you to see that vlog. So yeah, there is something in place with my Friday Sews next week, so you won't actually get to miss an instalment of me, which hopefully is nice for you. So that's it from me this week, guys. I have had a busy week, and I'm going to carry on being a busy bee, getting all of my sewing done, ready to go away on holiday. Let me know in the comments if you're making any holiday clothes, if you're enjoying seeing what I'm getting made up, if you have a favourite piece from what I've made so far from my holiday, if you have a favourite Tabitha version that I've made so far. I'd really love to hear from you. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button if you want to see more from me. Take care, guys. Have a great week, and I'll catch you soon. Bye.